Hello there. It's so good to be with you. Again, episode 66, live from Bali. Just had some really great personal online sessions with a couple clients. And now it's time to share with you. Facebook says, keep going. We're telling your followers to join your video. You're live. We're building an audience for you. How sweet of Facebook. There's a sense of being present, of being available, of being here, of being now. It's Eli Kamada in the metaphorical house. Konnichiwa, Eli. Eli joining us from Tokyo, Japan. And there's a sense of recognizing and realizing something that transcends the mind. Recognizing and realizing the essence of ourselves that transcends the mind, that transcends concept, that transcends story, that transcends words, that transcends ideology, that transcends belief systems, that transcends all that is, was, or ever shall be. And in this space, in this recognition and realization of who we truly are, what is often referred to as spirit, as spirituality, we find our freedom. We recognize and realize who we really are. And nothing in this world of form can touch or shake what we've discovered. We've discovered and realized it's something that's unshakable. It's the essence of all it is. It's the awareness of which all things arise and fall back into. All things arise and fall back into. So there's a sense of being relaxed in yourself. There's a sense of being relaxed in yourself. And feeling at home with yourself, at feeling at home in this moment. At feeling at home here and now, regardless of the story you have about yourself, regardless of the story anyone else has about you, regardless of the ideas you have about yourself, regardless of the ideas anyone else has about you, regardless of the feelings that are arising or falling, regardless of the feelings anyone else has about you. There's awareness that's open and available for whatever is arising. So there's no need to run from what's arising. There's no need to escape from what's arising. There's no need to avoid what's arising. There's no need to grasp or try to hold on to what's arising. There's no need to judge what's arising. There's no need to label what's arising. Simply put, there's no need. There's no sense of lack. And there's no illusion that there's going to be a sense of fulfillment in the world of form. This is a very profound point. There's no illusion there's going to be a sense of fulfillment in the world of form. It's a sense of appreciating the passing dream of life. There's an old song and it goes, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So there's the recognition and realization that life is a dream, a passing dream, and there's nothing to grasp, hold on to, there's nothing to avoid. When you are grasping, trying to hold on to something, or you are trying to avoid something, to recognize and realize that that's your character in the dream that's doing that, and being aware of that. So this pure, unconditional awareness, which is the essence of meditation. Meditation is being in an unconditional relationship with what is. Meditation is being friendly with the moment, learning to become friendly with the moment, and recognizing and realize that this moment is all there is. There's never any moment besides this one. So if you can, it's a beautiful bird over there. It's like kind of like a yellow belly, bright yellow belly, golden, and a black head and like a silver blue tail. If you could be friendly with this moment, so if I could be friendly with this bird, right, then I'm friendly with the entire universe, right? If I could be friendly with the thoughts and the feelings that are arising in this moment right now, the sensations, then I can be friendly with the entire universe. I am friendly with the entire universe. The universe is this moment. This moment is the universe. There is nowhere else. There is nowhere else. Besides here and now. So then we become at peace with the thoughts of the past that are arising in this moment, the thoughts of the future that are arising in this moment. Are you embracing this moment, or are you resisting this moment? That's the question. Are you embracing this moment, or are you resisting this moment? This moment is all there is. Are you embracing this moment, or are you resisting this moment? It's interesting when you get into law of attraction teaching, manifestation teachings, and people are expending so much energy trying to change the moment, trying to manipulate the moment, trying to alter the moment, trying to control the moment so they can become happy, so they can become fulfilled. So much energy, so many strategies, so many formulas, so many steps, so many ways of doing it. And none of it ultimately is going to work. That's the joke. The problem is not how to change the moment. The problem is you thinking the moment needed to be changed to begin with. All the juice, all the magic, all the miraculousness, all the freedom, all the love, all the peace, all the power is always here. Hi, Heather. Always here. But not in the way you think it's supposed to be, not in the way you think it's supposed to go, not in a way you can try to control or need to control, not in a way that you can manipulate to make it to how you want it to be. When we are present, when we are here, we become one with the creative universal, the universal creative intelligence that's alive now, and it can flow through us. So now we become synchronized, we become hooked up. Like we're like hooked up to the most powerful force, the most powerful creative intelligence, we're hooked up to the source. We're connected to the source. So there's tremendous creative energy, tremendous what we call manifestation that comes through in the moment when we're in this flow state, when we're a clear, open channel for this intelligence we could also call God to move through us in this moment. So we become available, we become empty, a clear, open vessel to be filled in the moment. Empty of what? Everything. It's got to be everything. God doesn't want part of you or most of you. God wants all of you. It's got to be everything. No resistance. So fully available of your ideas of how you think it's supposed to be, your concepts, your ideologies, your belief systems, your rigidity, your sense of what's true and false, of right and wrong, good and bad. All that has to go. Great. I love it, Tracy. Tracy says, in the emptiness, I'm unmotivated to do anything. Great. So I've been exploring that inquiry for years. And I want to speak to that because I love the inquiry, and it's an important one. And then I think we'll wrap up for today. So when you're in the ego, there's a tremendous sense of motivation, right? You want people to like you. You want people to love you. You want fame and fortune and material possessions and women or men or whatever your preference is. You want all of these things to bring you a sense of happiness and fulfillment, right? So there's tremendous motivation. Now, what happens when you realize the truth, which is none of these things are going to bring you any kind of sense of fulfillment at all? That's a total illusion. It's a joke. And what happens if you realize you can be absolutely, totally filled with the greatest freedom, the greatest love, the greatest peace, the greatest sense of empowerment, the greatest sense of ecstasy, of joy now. And there's no need to wait. And in fact, the waiting is an illusion. It's here now. It's all available now. Hi, Janie. Hi, Danielle. So then what happens? What happens is what Tracy is pointing at. There's a sense of being unmotivated to do anything. Why would you need to do anything? What would be the point of doing anything? If I'm completely fulfilled right now, what's the need to do anything else? The game's over. Now I'm just here. I'm just available. I'm just with you. Do with me what you want. I don't need any future. I don't need a future moment. I don't need 5 minutes from now. I don't need 5 hours from now. I don't need 10 seconds from now. I don't need 1 millisecond from now. I'm just here, fully available, alive, vibrant, ecstatic, dynamic. I don't need anything from you. Now what happens? I could not possibly be any more in love with this moment than I am right now. I could not possibly be any more deeply filled with peace than I am right now. I I couldn't possibly be any more free than I am right now. Now what happens? Where does my motivation come from? What's the need to do anything? I'm just like a wide open channel. I'm here for you. I'm available for you. What do you want to do with me? Do whatever you want with me. It doesn't affect me at all. I'm speaking here on the absolute level, just so we're clear. There's a relative level of truth. Like if you came and stabbed me in the chest with a knife, that would hurt. And there's a level of fulfillment in the moment that's absolutely here now, that transcends the temporary passing conditions. So this spaciousness, we open up to this spaciousness, the essence of who we are, this infinite essence of who we are, that transcends the passing content. So this is what Jesus pointed at, and Buddha pointed out, and Ramana Maharshi pointed out, and Rumi, and all these beautiful sages throughout different cultures and places and times were all pointing at the same truth. They were so alive with this sense of liberation, this spiritual liberation that transcends the passing world of form or the need to do anything. Now, I'm not finished. I'm just getting warmed up. As you open up to this infinite essence of who you are, you realize there's no need to do anything. There's no future moment. There's not even the slightest sense of illusion that there's a future moment that's going to be better than this one. There is no future moment that's going to be better than this one. That means you must absolutely unconditionally embrace whatever is arising. It doesn't mean you're going to be in a constant state that is consistently the same. It means every moment is going to be different, and you are going to fully, wholly embrace whatever is arising. Whether it's sadness or happiness or pain or pleasure or anything in between, you unconditionally embrace it. Why? Because that's what's happening right now. That's why. Why? Because that's the whole universe is here now. So you fully, wholly embrace what's arising here and now. Unconditionally. Without thinking, oh, it should be this way, or it should be that way, or it'd be better if it was this way, or different if this way, or how do I control this, or change this, or manipulate this? How do I control this person, change this person, manipulate this person? What do I do to get them to be how I want them to be to make me happy? The other person is not going to make you happy. All they're going to do is destroy your ego and your illusionary sense of a separate self or attachment or identification with any story you have. That's all they're going to do for you. That's going to be a benefit to you. And that's the greatest benefit they could ever give you, actually, is through the process of relating for you to recognize and realize who you really are and let go of the illusion of some external sense of separated happiness that's going to come to you in some kind of tied up gift box, right? So we are fully available here now. There's no moment needs to be any better than this. The ego, the illusionary sense of a separate self, is not under the illusion that something is going to be better. There's a sense of resting. There's a sense of peace. There's a sense of freedom. There's a sense of love, for sure. There's a sense of empowerment. There is not a sense of happiness. I'm not interested in happiness. Don't try to trick me by luring me into some kind of happiness that can happen in the future. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm not going to get hooked in. I'm not going to get sucked in by some illusion of some future happiness. I'm not interested. Whatever you try to project to me, I'm not going to get hooked into it. I'm not going to buy into it. I'm free. I'm free now. And I'm available now to be in love with this moment now as it is. Okay, so this is an important distinction. To be free now, to be in love now, to be at peace now, to be empowered now, does not mean to be in an emotional state of happiness now. To be chasing happiness is to lose this sense of freedom, this sense of peace, this sense of love. To be in this sense of freedom, this sense of peace, this sense of love, this sense of awakened consciousness means to embrace whatever feeling is arising. Emotion as a form of guidance, as a form of information, as a navigational tool, moment by moment. Hey, Frankie, welcome. Thank you, Katerina. Okay, so what I want to say is that, and I'm getting passionate talking about other aspects of this, but the secondary point is that once you are fully available here and now, without the illusion of a future, right, of a happier future, what I've discovered and what other people have discovered, and sometimes there's a little bit of an integration period, but that motivation, we could say it turns from motivation to inspiration, and inspiration comes from a different source. And there's actually a tremendous amount of creativity that comes through, but it comes through in a different way than it used to. It's not coming from that egoic sense of trying to find external validation, or trying to be loved by others, or trying to be liked by others, or trying to be appreciated by others. It comes from this dynamic place that's difficult to describe, but it's the greatest, absolutely the greatest feeling in the world when you're tapped into it. And maybe you've tapped into it when you're writing a poem, or you're making music, or you are painting. You're in a creative space, right? In the creative space, there's a flow state. Hello, Ginny. And in this space, the creative energy is flowing through you. So I'm talking about artistic endeavors, but really this energy comes into every aspect of your life. It comes into this aspect, it comes into this moment right now, in this space right now. So there's like this creative energy that takes you over. It like in Star Wars, they talk about using the Force, right? So they're like the Force like takes you over, and there's a tremendous amount of creative energy moves through you, but it's not coming from egoic motivation anymore. It's coming from some mystical space that is for the highest benefit of others, that's for the highest benefit of all beings. And this is what I want. I'm inviting people, I'm creating a space for people to tap into. This is when you recognize and realize what it really means to be alive. And you're not just here to survive. You're not just here trying to survive. Like, you know, how do I pay the bills? How do I make this happen? How do I get by? How do I get how do I get people to like me? Like, these questions are so irrelevant at this point. You know, you're tapped into something that these kind of questions are so small, and you are allowing yourself, through quieting the mind and opening the heart and being available and freeing yourself from attachment identification to all the content of story and belief system and ideology of how you think it's supposed to be different than it is, which creates a resistance to this moment. There's this wide open availability for the universal creative intelligence, also known as God, to move through you in this moment, right now, not in the future. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not in the future. Right now. There's no strategy to get there. There's no way to get there. It's impossible to get there in the future. Right now. There's no formula. All this stuff is illusion, it's delusion, it's wasting time, it's wasting energy. God is here now. God is available now. So to embrace this moment, to be friendly with this moment, to be in love with this moment, is the gateway to unification with God, to unification with the divine. There is no other gateway. And it's this moment. So if you're feeling pain, pain is the gateway. If you're feeling sadness, sadness is the gateway. If you're feeling lost, lost is the gateway. If you're feeling confused, confused is the gateway. If you're feeling afraid, afraid is the gateway. If you're feeling anxiety, anxiety is the gateway. If you're feeling ecstatic, ecstatic is the gateway. If you're feeling joy, joy is the gateway. If you're feeling me, I am the gateway. If I'm feeling you, you are the gateway. Whatever's here, you get what I'm saying? An unconditional relationship with this moment. And that's, in essence, the great secret. And really, sort of like a cosmic joke, right? That this moment, however the flavor of how it reveals itself, is the gateway to spiritual awakening. The ego wants to change the moment, wants to resist the moment. The ego thinks it knows better. This wide open spiritual awakening creates this tremendous sense of humility where you really don't know this moment should be any better than it is or any different than it is. And that allows you to love what's arising as it is. And I've been talking more about authentic relating in the recent videos. This is what allows you to, in essence, for the first time, really love another as they are. I'm reading some of the comments. Yeah, y'all are really fun. Anyone else have any other questions, comments? There's links connected to this video if you want to dive in deeper with me. Ways to connect. So then sleep. What's wrong with sleeping? Most people in the Western world need more sleep. They're not getting enough sleep. The thing is, whatever you're feeling, there's a sense, Tracy, of like, I'm not doing it right? Like what I'm feeling is not the right way to feel. And that resistance is actually the issue. The issue is not what you're feeling, it's the resistance to what you're feeling. So when someone says, I'm feeling negative, what's negative is not what they're feeling, it's the resistance to what they're feeling, which is negative. So this practice of embracing what is, am I embracing what is or am I resisting what is? And paying attention and noticing. And the gateway in is that what's here is amazing. What's here may not feel good, whatever that means. It may feel bad, whatever that means. What's here may feel painful. What's here may feel pleasurable. This is part of the oscillation of the world of form, the world of duality. Pain and pleasure, yin and yang, day and night. What's here may feel happy. What's here may feel sad. So anything and everything is possible to arise. When I say to people, anything is possible, I've recognized and realized that anything is possible. People think that I mean like, oh yeah, so good things are possible. No, anything is possible. If you say anything is possible, what does that mean? It means anything is possible. Doesn't mean only this kind of thing is possible or that kind of thing is possible. It means anything is possible. And what that means is whatever's arising, there is a consciousness of amazement. Of amazement. So whatever's arising, if it's pain, it's so amazing. If it's pleasure, it's so amazing. If it's joy, it's so amazing. If it's fear, it's so amazing. If it's sadness, it's so amazing. If it's happiness, it's so amazing. And it's all a movement of energy. It's all energy moving. That's all it is. Energy moving in a perpetual state of amazement. I love you so much. Appreciate you so much. Let's carry this energy forward into the next now. Thank you for being here.